I go to my Heineken. It smell like dope. I gotta have it fresh, so I go to the Saints Club.
Let's go. All right, we are back. Rocking Red in the house. Man, y'all don't know what we've been through to get here. The technical difficulties. We should have had this done an hour and a half ago. We've been
Can I tell
battling.
you honestly though, all 3 or 4 of those other intros we did were not good. This is it. You weren't there. We were worried, and
Yeah.
this is a story, and you went straight into it. So I feel like I should intro this a little bit for you. Only
Go
this
ahead.
part. Only this part. You can say what it's about, but Kareem is going to tell a story, and he's going to do almost all the talking until it's done. I'm going to sit back, only comment when I can add something or just need clarification. But this is your story, and it's for a reason. So tell them what you're going to talk about.
All right, this is first edition of 6th Street Stories. This is titled The N-Word Night. It's actually one night, but we were there in Austin the whole weekend. It was a bachelor party for Chris Capiano, and we had 10 people there. We had, hold on, let me run that list again, because it's been, I mean, shoot, he's divorced now. He's not even married to me no more. So
what year was this to give it perspective?
Oh man, I want to say 2005.
2005. Okay.
Yeah, 2005.
Prime time of people getting married from our age group.
Yeah. I mean, some of us did 3 or 4 times, so it's prime time. But it's Chris's bachelor party, so we go to Austin for the weekend. This is Friday night, so it's me, Cap, it's B, Brandon, Kill, Sunny Day, Miles, I call him Kilometers, and it's Lambert and Ike, and Matt and Anais. We are all primed up for a show enough, just all men's, all weekend, nobody telling us what to do, partying, bachelor party. I mean, just no judgment. Everybody toe up. This is just pure fun. So we go to Austin for the weekend. We're staying at the Omni, and we go get something to eat, and we get to get to partying, and we go out. Just kind of like bar hopping. No particular. I think Saturday night we had kind of a table reserved for him somewhere. Friday night, we're just gonna go out and just kind of, feel our way around. Kind of, as the kids say, kind of like pregame. So we go out, and of course we hit 6th Street. I was in my younger days where I pretty much only rocked basketball and football jerseys. But Cap, knowing me, he said, "Hey, bro, bring some regular shirts. Do not wear a basketball jersey. Do not wear a football jersey." So didn't pack any. Actually went and brought 2 shirts, buttons, pockets, short sleeve. Hey, can be worn with jeans. Nothing fancy, but also nothing too street, nothing too hip hop, nothing too hood, nothing too, dress code violating. So we're out, and we're having a decent time, and we decided to go to Pete's Piano Bar. I've never really been before, but there was a lot of people going in there, so it seemed like the spot to go. We walk up, and I noticed when we walk up, man, the bouncer. I'm a people watcher. I noticed the bouncer kind of like straight up was having a conversation with somebody, and his head kind of whipped, like, because we kind of walked past the bar and then decided to walk back to it. But when we walked past it, it's like his head whipped up. He looked. Demeanor kind of changed. He was like kind of relaxed. He kind of, he got in his bouncer mode. Like, I'm gonna have to bounce these guys or something. At this point, my as it said, my nigger senses are going off. Like, I'm not gonna say anything, but it feels like I'm feeling some energy from him that's just not right. We double back and they're like, no, man, let's go to Piano Bar. It's the spot. I heard it was good. I was like, all right, so let's go back. We're walking up and he was relaxed again, talking to somebody. And as we walk in, he does it again, immediately gets back in this bouncer mode. We walk up and, letting everybody through. It's 10 of us. So gets to me, says you can't come in. I say, why? He say, oh, your shirt. I look at my shirt. I look at them. I said, what's wrong with my shirt? He said, we don't allow those shirts in here. I say, you don't allow these shirts? Like what, red and blue shirts? What, shirts with pockets, short sleeves? What particular? Like usually they say we don't allow jerseys, a particular thing. He said, we don't allow that shirt. At this time, I think Chris and a couple of them had went ahead, so they were already in. At this time, it's me, Ike, and Keel, and maybe one other, and we're standing there. And the others realized like we hadn't made it in, so they double back and they're like, hey, what's going on? Like, bro, the bouncer won't let me in. And they're like, why? He says his shirt. At this time, the bouncer's like, he's just stonewalling us. Like, oh, I'm not gonna let you in. Not gonna tell you why. Like, all right, bro, let's move around. Look, we just got here. We're just getting in our zone. We ain't even really budged yet. Let's just go somewhere else. It's the first night. Let's not do this. So we go somewhere else, and we get there. We order a couple of drinks. I'm like, hey, what y'all think that was about? And they was like, what do you think it was about? I say, the bouncer not letting us in. He said, because of your shirt. I said, what's wrong with my shirt? I said, I got on the same shirt he got on. It's just different colors. I said, he got a pocket. Mine short sleeve. I said, buttons all the way down. I said, he never told us, like, what type of shirt they didn't allow. He just said, we don't allow those shirts. And they was like, well, I mean, maybe he just didn't like your shirt. I say, yeah. I say, y'all want to run a little experiment? And they was like, what you talking about? I say, let's go back to the Piano Bar and let's take my shirt off and give it to, one of y'all. Let y'all wear it and y'all give me your shirt. If it's really the shirt, he should be able to stop the other person who got the shirt no matter what. And they was like, well, what is that going to prove? I say, I think he was being a little racist. I said, I'm not going to go, all the way. I said, but let me fill him out when we get back. If he lets us in, definitely. And I say, but if he says it's a shirt, then hey, no, you ain't going to hear me fuss about it no more. So we party a little more, give a little buzz. Now, we got a little liquid curvature in us, feeling it pretty good. We nice and buzzed. All right, we're ready to go back. Everybody got the plan. Everybody know what's going on. As we're walking up, it was a bachelorette party walking in with us. So it's probably about 6 or 7 women talking. So we're kind of having a conversation with them as we walk in. Immediately, we all just walk in. Didn't stop us, didn't card us, nothing. Said nothing about the shirt. We got in and everybody's like, that was crazy. And I'm like, what was crazy? It's like, he didn't say nothing. I say, why y'all think that's crazy? He say, because he just told you like 45 minutes ago, they don't allow that shirt. I say, did y'all notice he didn't even look at me? I say, he doesn't even remember me. I say, he's a bouncer, first of all. For him to remember everybody, like, we don't live in Austin. We don't come often. First time going. He's never seen me before. So 30, 45 minutes later, he can't remember who I was, especially if I got on a different shirt. I said, so we came in with the shirt. What do y'all think that was about? She's like, I don't know. I just don't get it. I get it. It was like, what? I say, he's racist. It was like, why would you say that? I say, well, if it was the shirt, he would have picked out the shirt. I say, but it wasn't the shirt. They say, but he let you in this time. I say, did he? Or did he let us in? They say, what do you mean us? Us? It was all of us last time. I say, no, this time we were talking to the hot blondes right there in the party. So, club rules is you come with girls, you get in. I say, he kind of thought we were together because the conversation was kind of flowing as we all walked in. We all kind of walked in together. I said, he's not gonna stop any guys coming in with 6 blondes dressed like they were dressed. I say he just thought we were all friends. I say, and plus, I don't have on a shirt. He doesn't remember me. Man, I just don't get it. I say, welcome to my world. And they was like, what do you mean? People tell you can't wear shirts all the time. I say, no, racism happens to me all the time. And they was like, you really think it was racism? I say, what else could it be? It wasn't the dress code. It wasn't the shirt. I say, matter of fact, Kills got on my shirt now. Kills twice my size. It didn't even cover up his nipple. Like, it literally came to his nipples. He couldn't even button it up. I say, he's definitely out of dress code right now with an open shirt that can't even button up. I say, but he didn't blink. I say, now maybe it was just the girls. I say, but if he's doing his job, I say, the last time he carded, just me and Ike. I say, we were the last 2 in line. I say, but he only caught, I said, like 8 of y'all went in before us. He just caught me and Ike. I said, I hate to point out the obvious, but we are the only Mexican and black person in the group right now.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, but he let Ike in. And Ike had on the same shirt I had. It was like a button-down shirt, just his was more patterns on it. Same shirt, but he let Ike in. And
the only thing I'll say at all so far about any of that is we know that I'm not saying any of this is you're wrong about any of it, but we do know that bartenders just discriminate indiscriminately, and especially with ladies. Like, they'll let anybody in with ladies that they wouldn't let in on their own, and they just make those decisions off the fly and based on like who they, whatever. But certainly there's racism involved, and it's well known in Austin. And I don't know at what point, because I realize that what you're talking about is years later than I spent most of my time on 6th Street. 2005, I was there more around 2000, 98, 99, 2000, 2001-ish. But I do believe that I heard about there being accusations of that at different times, and maybe a little bit more later on. But anyways, that's my only input so far. I know this story and I know where I know the whole thing, but just for my
yeah, I mean, and the thing is, like, I've been to Austin a few times. Never really kicked it on 6th Street. I've been there for some training. Took my niece there when UT was recruiting them. Few times I've been out there. This time, the partying is the only thing we're here for. So we get in and, they're just kind of, before we go out, I had to break them down and let them know, like, all right, we all, kind of know each other, but it's 10 of us tonight. We're going out, we're hitting clubs. I was like, Chris, I need you to break it down to them. Tell them the rules and tell them I'm not playing. We said the rules are, if one of us fight, we all fight. If one goes to jail, we all go to jail. Nobody comes home unless we all come home. And if you don't fight when we fight, you will be in a fight when we get back. And he is dead serious. I said, I need all y'all to look me dead in my eyes and say, I agree. And it was like, why do you need me to look dead in the eyes? I say, because there may come a time where nobody will know we're together. But I need y'all to back me up because I may get singled out. Why would you get singled out? Well, I'm the only black person. But if they doing it to me, they doing it to y'all. In which that's why we left the first time, because they could have been like, oh, but it's like, no, if he can't get in, we all going. So that's the rules, and they know it. So we get in, and they're like, man, I just can't believe it. I think you're right. I think he was racist. I say, I'm not just making this up. I say, and you can ask him. I'm not you ask Chris, like, I mean, race doesn't come up too much with us unless it's there, unless we see it. I say, but I'm from Mobile, Alabama. Seen somebody hung in my lifetime that I talked to on Thursday, hung on Sunday. I know it when I see it. Like, it's I don't know, in your DNA, when you've seen so much of it. You come from deep South Alabama, you just have seen it so many ways. I've seen it so grand, and I've seen it so like minute that you might miss it. This was kind of a minute, like it wasn't like no black people allowed, or no colors here, or Or like one old man told me one time, just I asked him some directions in Louisiana. He told me, you just go down there. When you hit that black street, keep on driving. It was never dirt roads on the black street. But that was kind of grand. I was like, yeah, that was him telling me to get to my size of track. This one was one of those, it took about 20, 30 minutes to hit everybody. And they was just like, man, I'm pissed now. And I'm like, why you pissed? Man, I can't believe he did that to you. And like, we're all together, but we're not all conversating together. So, you're kind of moving around the party, talking to you now, talking to you. And everybody just individually, man, I'm pissed now. I'm really like, I can't believe they did that. I'm like, first of all, you can't be more pissed than me because it happened to me. And why are you not pissed? Because it happens all the time. You got to pick and choose when you actually want to engage this. I say, we're pretty loaded and drunk right now. I don't need to be engaging too much. I say, second of all, this is his bachelor party. It ain't about me. So it ain't even my thing. I say, third of all, we in here now. Like, we overcame it. It's not stopping us from doing anything. Like, yeah, but still, man, that's wrong. You should be pissed. I say, if I got pissed about every racist thing I did, bro, y'all wouldn't know a happy rock. You just wouldn't. It would always be something to be mad about. So I, convince everybody, hey, you gotta just let it go, bro. Like, so we can have fun and party. Let it go. And of course, it was I think it was just eye-opening to them. Like being from, Lee City area, I would say they think they're pretty progressive, They know racism when they see it. They're not racist. They call it how you are. They are black friends. Lee City, Clear Lake, Dixon, it's typically like that. Texas is a melting pot. And, people tend to, they judge the character of what you do and who you are, not how you look. Everybody, like, literally was like upset to the point of fighting, to where I was like, hey, bro, we can't beat up bouncers for what he said. We're going to be in the wrong. Like, we can't win this one. I say, sometimes you just can't win. I say, we got in, so we beat it, but we can't get him back. And I said, we go up to him and bring it up. He's going to definitely deny it and probably kick us out the club. I say, so let's not do that. I said, the best thing for us to do, stay out of his face, have our fun, gonna do what we're gonna do. So we have our fun, and we get back to the hotel. And of course, everybody's just like, I still can't believe it. Man, I'm still pissed. I say, bro, y'all gotta let it go. Like, this happens all the time. Like, all the time. I say literally all the time, so much that I said I almost didn't tell y'all tonight because I just wanted to keep it moving. I said, but then I was like, I think we can overcome it by switching these shirts and I wasn't really sure. I said we did that, we got in, it worked. Man, hey, I'm good with it. So, most of us are smokers. We're staying in the Omni. We're on the 18th floor. We don't want to go all the way down, so we go to the roof to smoke. Somehow, somebody had stayed there before, figured out how to get to the roof. So we go on the roof to smoke. We're trying to wind down for the night, and we run into this old stoner on top of the roof, man. It's just, the guy was like 65, 67. He's up there, and we don't see him smoking when we come out there. Of course, he threw it when we came, so we don't see him smoking. We're just like, what you doing up here? So we're just kind of shooting the shit with him, trying to, wait for him to go back so we can smoke. And finally, the conversation lasts so long. We're like, bro, we came up here to smoke. You holding us up from smoking. He's like, gotta be kidding. I just threw a joint over the edge when y'all came through the door. Y'all scared the hell out of me. So he was like, I'm a smoker too. That's what I was doing up here. I was like, I'm wondering what the hell is your old ass doing up here? He's like, let me go back to the room and roll another one, and I'll come back up and smoke with y'all. All right, bet. That's cool. So he comes back, and we sit up there smoking. And when he leaves, we go back to the room too. I don't know who comes up with this crazy plan. Somebody says, all right, man, all right, the racism thing, he's like, man, it was crazy that you recognized it. It was messed up, it happened. He's like, but I just want to see like how deep this goes, man. Like, how deep does this go? I said, what do you mean? He said, like that old man. What do you think? You think he's racist? I said, no, he's definitely not racist. He was racist. He'd have got out of there as soon as we came on the roof. He say, so you don't think he's racist? I said, no. It said, so what if I were to like just inadvertently, not inadvertently, but just kind of in casual conversation, throw out the N-word while talking to you? What do you think is gonna happen? I say, first of all, that's a little dangerous. I say, because we're on the roof. I say, ain't no telling what can happen. I say, that guy takes me as a pretty, I say, he's not gonna be like, that's cool. He's not gonna agree with you. He's gonna probably just get pissed and go home. That's what I'm thinking. I say, but I was like, why do you want to see? He was like, I just want to see, like, he's an older guy. You know, you say racism and I think early in the night, I said something about older white people just kind of being that way sometimes. I said, it's not everybody, but some people just stuck in their ways because they just hadn't, run across any good black people in 60s and 70s with turmoil. So they've been stuck like that for a while and just hadn't reset that with another person by meeting another black person, seeing they're not as bad as the bad experience they had with the first one. So he was like, well, let's just test that theory. Since we test your theory, let's test this theory. So I said, okay. I say, I'm going to give you a nigger card, one nigger card for the night. I say, use it, don't stumble. I say, but know this. I don't know what he's going to do. I say, you just don't know, man. I was like, I don't know. Maybe he'll miss it. Maybe he'll, well, let's just go see. All right. So we go back up there and smoke. He comes out and, you're smoking. So you're spinning it around the cipher. And I forget who does it, man, because it took us a while to figure out who was going to say it. Nobody wanted to say it. And I think we pulled straws and some shit.
There was probably some really weird energy around that. And then when it came out, it probably sounded even more.
No, it sounded pretty. I mean, when he said it, it sounded like casual. It didn't sound, rehearsed or nothing. He said it really casual. And it wasn't said in a derogatory way, but he used the word. And the old man pulled like one of the cleanest poker faces in Okie Dokes I've seen in a while. Rotation is going this way. Kind of don't notice it, but he reverses rotation and gets ready to hand it to it. I forget who it was. I don't know if it was Sonny. Maybe it was Sonny. I forget who it was. But as he passes it to him, when they reach for it, he scooped them up WWE style and tried to chuck them off the building.
Yep.
I like immediately, we all like, what's he doing? He was like, see, I told you, like, you don't know. I said, bro, the white dude had on Chuck Taylors, first of all. Cool dude, man. He's 60-something rocking black Chuck Taylors.
Was he? You have to know where he was from. Where was he from? He wasn't from Austin? Was he from somewhere else?
No, wasn't from Austin. He was from,
like, he had to have been from somewhere, because anytime you talk to,
I want to say he was born in Mississippi, and he now lives like up north somewhere, but lived in Mississippi till maybe the 70s.
Okay. So he grew up in the deep South, and he probably hated that. This is sort of like my dad in a way. Just hated that way of thinking, and that ignorant way of thinking, and moved up to the north, wherever this guy. I can't speculate on wherever, but I assume he moved somewhere that wasn't racist, and he was there in Austin on vacation, right? He was in, because that's where, especially in 2005, people were going there. He was either on business or vacation. He got on the roof to smoke weed, so he was
exactly. It was a vacation. But like I say, and he was
you have to get background on this guy, because you didn't say anything about him so much, and I don't know.
It wasn't really much.
Myself.
I don't really remember a lot of details about him. There wasn't really a lot of conversation before he left, but I do remember it was, kind of a instant report. Like, yeah, he's pretty cool. Like, no bad vibes. Like, get a good feeling about him. Like, no, he's smoking on.
He was progressive in the best sense of the word, and he got offended whenever he heard somebody use the N-word with a hard ER. As weird as it might have sounded.
No, definitely wasn't a hard ER. That was the first thing we had to teach. Whoever says it, don't get an ER card. Nobody gets an ER card. You're going to get an A, and you're going to have to A it up.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
And actually, that wouldn't have made any sense anyway.
Exactly. Like hard ERs make me cringe. I can't listen to them.
Well, I mean, how would I guess that makes sense. You told me this story before, and that's the thing is I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like, so it was. I mean,
but that's neither here nor there. I guess the whole thing about the story is who was the guy who got, because that's what this is hinging
I want to
on.
say it was Sonny. I want to say it was Sonny.
No, I mean, I guess what does it say about the guy who did it, or what's the whole? I'm sorry, I just
okay. The whole so like before we kind of talked a little bit. I think we kind of built rapport where he was from in Mississippi. I want to say like my people in Waynesboro. Shout out to my people in Waynesboro. It was close by where he was from, so we had rapport. We're talking, and after we get Sonny off the wall and off the ledge and calm him down, because when we get him down, that wasn't enough. Like he like backed up. All right, no. And went at him again. It was like, hey, bro, calm down. I was like, hey, all right, game over. Break it down and tell him. All right, so we break him down and tell him, what happened to us earlier tonight. And so they wanted to test the theory to see how you would react to it. And he's like, and he's looking at me, and he's looking, and I can see it in his eyes. He's just not believing the story. So I think Sonny and Chris and them go somewhere because we were missing Lambert. Lambert like went and hid in a closet and went to sleep because the first one to go to sleep was going to get stuff drawn on his face and shaving cream and all that. So he hid in a closet. So they went to go look for Lambert. And while they were gone, I say, bro, you cool? Like, I hear you saying, okay, all right, you get it. But I said, I'm not hearing in your voice. I'm not seeing in your eyes. He looked at me and said, I was waiting for them to leave. You trust them? I say, yeah, I've known them a while. How long you known them? Good little while. One of them, we lived together for a while. Like, that's like my brother. Like, it's like
he definitely didn't understand that you.
He didn't understand it, but like I say, he had marched with Dr. King in 63.
That's what I'm getting at. There was something to that.
He was like actually pretty active in civil rights in the 60s before he moved to, I think it was like Pennsylvania or Jersey, somewhere around there. But in the 60s, he marched. He was very active. He was a member of the NAACP. Like it was like he was legitly part of the movement. And like I say, we never really brought up the race issue the whole time, and it was just kind of right there. But like he came unraveled, like, all right, it was like literally a explosion of that. But after I calmed him down and let him know, I was like, no, it was literally an experiment. He said, so that story wasn't like BS. That was legitly. So he was like, so they never used that word around you. I was like, no. Like, I say, no. I was like, now take it. We live in Texas where most, Mexicans and some white kids, I hear it all the time. I say, but them, no. Like, they hang around me, and I say, we've got mutual friends that used to live with us, and because of that word being used in hey, you my nigga type of way, killed the friendship. So we saw stuff like that happen. So we know where to use it and where you can't. Like, and I was like, they really don't have a venue to use it at all. I let them know, like, hey, that's just not. Yeah, y'all don't want them type of problems. Like, none of y'all are those type of white dudes anyway. So y'all don't need to be using the word anyway. I was like, so it's not even something that they do. I say it literally was just an experiment because of what we said that happened tonight. And I was like, so I say they really are just realizing racism exists. I said, you know what they told me? They thought I was just bullshit when I told them it was racist. They was like, no, racism doesn't happen anymore. I say, he was like, see, that's racist in itself. I said, no, that's sheltered. That's growing up in the suburbs. That's growing up in a melting pot of a community. I say, to them, they probably never seen hardcore racists. Most of them, they from League City. They never seen hardcore racists. I said, no, maybe, somebody, just saying stuff, but they never seen it to where it affected them. I say, we're all together now. So when it hit me, it hit them. I say, so they're feeling it, because now they had their life, their plans, their night changed by racism. Where even if they had started before, it didn't affect them. They might have seen it happen to somebody else, but it wasn't affecting them. I set it up, told them it would happen. It happened just like I said it. So when it happened and they saw it, they realized what it was. Whether before, they probably wouldn't have thought it was that. They probably would have, oh, he was just being an asshole, or oh, he didn't like this, or that. He was hating. You come up with any reason. But because I told them before we went back how it was going to go and what it was, they had, they was just like, man, it really is like racism, and you really deal with it on a regular. But they told me, like, you never really talk about it. I said, so what am I gonna talk to y'all about? What y'all gonna do about it? Y'all can't do nothing about this situation tonight. I came up with the plan to do all that because I'm used to getting around stuff. I'm used to finding other ways. I'm used to telling people you can't stop me. I say, but that guy up there, I say, he going back to Mississippi thinking he still probably should have chunked you off the roof. I say, because I convinced him. I say, but what y'all don't understand is people who've actually been in the struggle. See, like, y'all are not racist, hang around everybody, y'all love everybody, but y'all never been in the struggle. He's been in the struggle. I said, that's different. Like, I've been in the struggle. It's different when you see it and you're in it. I say, he's been in it. So he doesn't, like, no tolerance. I say, I'm no tolerance. Like, as soon as I see it, I'm nipping it in the bud, or you can step on across this line and step in the square. But to me, I was like, that's why, and he's the same way, old school. You didn't tell you step across the line, he's about to throw you across the line. I say, but think about what that dude was doing. You just said one word and he was willing to attempt murder on vacation while smoking weed on top of a hotel. How deep does that go for him? He was willing to kill you right in front of all of us, 4 of us. We're going to whoop his ass if he throw you off the building. He didn't care. I say, that's how deep it goes. Like, he was willing to stand up for what he believed. I was like, that's how y'all have to know. Like, if somebody's saying something racist happened to him, it was racism, and you don't get it, you don't understand it, just know that they're not talking about what they perceive. It's something that's happened over and over again. They've seen it happen. They know this is it. And like I say, I was like, Chris, how long you know me? What, 6, 7 years? How many times you heard me call somebody racist or say anything about race? Never. He said never, because I don't say it often. It doesn't come up often. I say, but tonight it came up, and because y'all with me, y'all had to find out kind of the hard way. Y'all had to experience and see it, and then you had to hold it in. I say, just know every Black person deals with that every day. They see it, experience, and then got to hold it in. Nothing you can do about it. I say, I had to calm every last one of y'all down individually, like, and I didn't realize all y'all were like festering. Like, all of y'all festering, and it wasn't even y'all. I say, but that's what we deal with all the time. But what y'all need to know is y'all different. That's why y'all my boys. That's why we can actually do this. But man, as much as this is, his bachelor, shoot the wet, the marriage is over. Shoot, he's divorced. So Aiden and Coco came from that. The kids came from that. That was good. But what y'all need to take from this weekend is it exists. It can happen. It does happen. It happens more than not. And don't ever say it don't exist. Don't ever say, oh man, all you need to do is do this and work hard. Like, if I were to ask y'all for a way to get around this tonight, I said most of y'all said, let's just go back and beat the dude's ass. I think it was 5 out of 10. Let's just go back and whoop his ass. I was like, hey, high five for, being down for the cause, but whooping people's ass don't change racism. Probably gonna make them more racist. It doesn't change racism. I say, y'all want to change racism? Y'all tell people about this night. You tell them how you experienced this shit, and you didn't know till you saw it with your own eyes. I say, in a group of ours, it's 8 white guys and a Mexican guy and a Black dude. I say, all love between us. I say, me and Chris see stuff like that all the time because we're always together. most of the time people don't even know we together because we don't look like we will be together.
I can tell you stories about me and Mike, Intelligent Dummy, same thing. You already know these stories. I've been with him and his whole family. It's so funny. And then white and black people will do it. They just don't expect us to all be together.
Yeah. I mean, one time me and Chris went to the rodeo and we almost got in a fight. We was on a double date and a guy walked up to my girl, started, spitting at her, and Chris is holding the girl's hand, I was holding her hand. We both dropped our hands. And another guy comes up and it was one of those things where we didn't speak, but it's two guys that squared off. And I basically had to, hey, bro, back up before you get it. And the guy had no clue Chris was with me. After the situation happened, I was like, hey, bro, I asked you a question. It was two, one on the left, one on the right. Which one you hitting? He said right. I said left. Boy, we think alike. Since then, we've always been one mind. Like, we don't have to say nothing to each other. We know we're dead there. And that's what I was telling him. Like, that's my brother. His mom and dad is my mom and dad. Sister, my sister. Like, that's my family. Like, when I was down out there, was there. But they know if I tell them something like it's racism, it's not just me being old cliche. Like, it's dead on because I don't bring it up. It's not an issue. But if that's what it is, oh, that's what it is. And you can't tell me it's not, and most, like I said, you ask the person, they're going to deny it because who wants to be a racist? Who wants to be called on their own bullshit? Nobody does. But the best thing y'all can take from this, tell people about this night. Tell people how, like, you grew up and you really thought it didn't exist because how many black friends do you have? How many, y'all got too many to count. You can't. So y'all don't see it. You don't know it, but every one of them, including me, we deal with it daily, not on a week. It doesn't happen once a month. It happens all the time in every aspect of our life. But trying to convey that to somebody every day makes you seem like an angry black woman, angry black man. So we deal with it. The only way y'all gonna deal with it is by remembering this and knowing it exists and being who the hell y'all are right now. Y'all don't give a damn about no color. You hate somebody, it's because they ain't shit. It's not because it's something else. But that's what it is, man. So they know, it exists. So, hey, y'all, that's a 6th Street story for y'all. Rocky Red. Hey, take from it what you need. But racism exists. And, hey, if a black person ever shows you that in live time, it'll shock your eyes. It will shock the world. Let's just say it will shock your eyes. It'll shock your heart.
Crack open my